Caleb, when you're sick,
Yeah.
do you?
Wait, are we jumping into it? Or like...
Yeah, we're
Okay.
jumping into it.
Okay.
When you're sick, do you get possibly superhuman senses?
Yeah, only once I could feel things with my fingers that I couldn't feel before, Like
Are you serious about this? Because I'm being 100% honest.
No, I'm not being serious about this, you idiot. What are you talking about?
Because I feel like my hearing is better when I'm sick for some reason.
Maybe is better the right term or more sensitive? Like, are you like hearing things you couldn't hear before, or you're just ears hurting? Because that's a different thing entirely.
Either way, there's something happening.
I'm a new man, a new powerful man.
Because like I'll listen to the music and then I'm like, it's too loud. And usually, like, I can blast it when I'm not sick.
Sorry.
But when I am sick, it's just like, I can hear everything,
Well, I think that's called getting old. You're like getting old. I think you're just getting old.
Maybe.
Like, man, this music's too loud. I must have superhuman powers.
Caleb, I gotta tell you about the funniest thing that happened to me today. When I woke up. Okay. So let me walk you through to what happened today.
All right.
When I woke up.
You do that.
My alarm went off, and usually my schedule is I wake up and I try not to stay in bed. I don't know about you, but I'm immediately like I gotta jump out of bed.
It's a bad habit of mine, but I try to get past it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next, I usually just go to the bathroom. Like I'm like I just gotta go potty.
Cool.
And while I'm pottying, the thing is, I usually am like I'm on Reddit.
Yeah.
Of course. Passing the time.
As a man does.
And I was looking, and I got a brief shock when I was looking. Not literally, but figuratively. Because I was scrolling, and I saw one of the subreddits I'm subscribed to is a subreddit called 4Panel Cringe. Are you familiar with 4Panel Cringes?
I can't say that I am.
Okay, it's like those cringy comics that these kids do where it's just like, hey, girls, I don't know if you knew this.
Oh, gosh,
like,
yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but guys really like it. Blah, blah, blah. When you do, yeah.
So I was scrolling, and then I saw that subreddit, and I was like, cool. And someone had posted something on it, and it was on the feed. It was on the front page. And I was like, cool. And it was my motherfucking cousin. It was my goddamn cousin.
I'm sorry?
It was my cousin.
Your actual real life cousin?
Like my real life cousin. And I was like, what? Like, and I knew my cousin. My cousin used to be kind of Instagram famous when he was little.
Really?
Yeah, he used to be a little Instagram famous. And then what he would do
when he was little, like Instagram's been around for more than I don't know, 5 years.
No, well, he was when he was littler, when he was like maybe like I don't know, like I want to say maybe 14.
Wow.
Maybe 14. And he used to make these little comics, and all these little girls would love it. And so what ended up happening was that like this comic here, I'll get it for you so I can read it. So.
Okay.
I can read it to you. But this comic, I was like, I was so shocked. Here, let me read you the comic. Here, wait, screenshots. Okay, the comic is that awkward and little pedophile-ish moment when you look at an elementary kid and think, damn, they're gonna be hot.
What? Why? Why?
And I was just like, no.
So, that's your cousin, right?
And I like was just like so shocked, and I commented and I was just like, hey, this is really awkward, but that's my actual real cousin. And of course Reddit didn't believe me. Reddit was like, oh, that's my cousin too.
Oh yeah, same. Yeah,
that's my cousin too. It's like, hey, are you going to the family reunion this year?
Is that what Reddit said? Mr. Reddit himself?
that's what Mr. Reddit said.
That's crazy.
And I was like, I can prove it. So I haven't talked to this guy in like maybe like upwards of like 3 years.
Right.
And I just come out of nowhere and like, so I asked my sister for his mom's number. And I asked his mom for his number. And he's like, oh my God, like I haven't talked to you in so long.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, how's it going? Guess what? I saw one of your cringy fucking Instagram. I saw one of your cringy Instagram things.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, those were the dark days.
Oh my gosh.
Those are the dark days. And you know what I did?
What?
And this is how this transitions to Tolly perfectly.
Okay, I'd like to see this.
Is in the post. The post was gaining a little bit of popularity.
Yeah.
Because I was the real man's cousin.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll prove it. And so when he asked me, like, oh, so what's been going on in your life recently? I like an advertisement. I was like, oh, I've been working on a cartoon show.
That time traveling cartoon adventure comedy known as Time with Tolly. May have heard of it. Coming to Disney soon. Yeah.
It's like that we're planning on pitching the Cartoon Network. Yeah. And he was like, wow, that's amazing. And of course, the Reddit people were like, I'm more interested in this cartoon show that you have.
Yeah.
And I was like, suckers.
What a bunch of fools. Now they'll pay $25 and learn that they've been fooled all along.
Then we're gonna get their money. Then we're gonna put the rat's back over their head. Yeah, and that happened to me this morning, and it was a wild ride, Caleb. And that's how we transitioned 7 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah.
About Tolly.
Yeah.
Caleb, how you been this month?
How have I been?
How you been?
How have I been?
How have I been?
Oh, really, I can't remember. I've been sick this month, but besides that, I've been good. Like it's been often just a bunch of allergy mess. I finally went to the doctor and got medicine, but like how you been? Oh, just got my medicine from my doctor, and it's besides that, this is supposed to be my last semester in college, so it's been kind of this next month.
That's cool.
Is my last full month, and it's kind of crazy. Are
you feeling like a little like starstruck?
I'm crazy anxious, but besides that, it's gonna be awesome because it's one of those things where like I've explained to people every year. I worry about grades and stuff, but the worst case scenario is like, well, I usually pass, but if I don't do good, I have the next semester to fix it. Well, this is the first semester where everyone's like, oh, you're graduating, you're definitely graduating. So like all of a sudden that like do-over extended time period feels like it doesn't exist anymore,
Yeah.
And
yeah, I get that.
And I want to graduate. I mean, I'm trying like, I'm doing good in most of my classes, there's just one or two classes that like are iffy. So, like, I don't know. It shouldn't be any issue graduating, but it's still a little anxious. But yeah.
Jeez, yeah, I'm sure you'll do good. You just gotta
thanks.
focus on it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Go on.
Like, I'm sure you'll do good. Like, this month has been an interesting one for Tolly, and for like writing and everything. It's been a roller coaster of just emotions. Like I'm talking a lot about it. Like I really pull back the curtain in this month's update.
Oh yeah,
and I really talk about like the big ones like depression and like writer's angst and like a few other stuff that I want to talk about. You'll just have to read the update.
In the update that's coming out with this one.
Yeah, that's this crazy. One. You just have to read the update to learn more.
I will.
But I will, thank you. But I'm gonna pull back the curtain a little bit here too. I'm so I'm planning on getting a third job right now.
Yeah.
So I'll do Uber casting and directing and what was I gonna say? And this mysterious third job that I have no idea what it's about. Oh. But I'm most likely gonna probably just try to like get a job at school. As of right now, last job that I looked into was managing the mascot.
Yeah.
And I
What is
it just sounded so dumb.
What
is
that
title? He's just gonna be, like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta take it to the bathroom or something. Like, honestly,
mascot for who? Mascot for what?
Like the school.
Oh, okay. He's like, I gotta manage the mascot. I'm like, what is that? Is that euphemism? What does that mean?
I don't think, like, I joked and I said, like, oh, take him to the bathroom. But I actually think there's a little bit of truth behind that. Like, because, like, when they have events, that guy can't see.
He's like, get me out of here. I've gotta poop so bad.
Okay. That's weird. I gotta stop doing that.
What are you doing?
So my computer falls asleep.
I totally can see you right now because we're obviously sitting in the same room.
No, we're sitting in the same.
But what is happening?
What's happening on that side of the room? My computer goes to sleep when I put it to such a low time, and it was just like, oh, okay, I'm going to sleep now, and it stops the recording.
Oh no!
Is it and I'm just. Yeah, I restarted it, but there's gonna be just like this little, oh, there's intermission now.
Just
like for a second.
Well, I guess we'll just let whatever idiot is editing this together worry about it, huh? God. Yeah, because I'm sure he'll have no trouble remembering to like sync that right back up. That's good.
Oh my god!
you're like, man, I feel bad for that guy.
I'm glad
this is so not to talk about my YouTube channel right now, but you're like, all right, I'm done with this. I had a situation like that recently where I was recording a video for a new series I was working on, and like at the very end of the video, like it wasn't even like it was falling asleep. I had it set to high power mode so it wouldn't fall asleep, but I didn't realize that the charging cord had come unplugged. So my computer was slowly dying as it was like attempting to record like this video, and it gets all the way to about like the 25-minute mark of a 30-minute episode, and my computer dies.
Oh no!
And I freak out because I'm like no. I'm like, oh no, I don't want it to do all that all over again. Like whatever. But like it was cool. I don't know. Like for some reason, it's just got this like emergency power mode for a few minutes where it's like, where it just kind of it stopped the recording, but I didn't lose the recording. So
that's good.
It worked out. It just took a quick little edit and then it was fixed. I was like, all right, awesome.
It's the same problem that we ran into last time where I get too comfortable in my chair. And then I get too comfortable in my chair, and then I'm just like, oh god, like I gotta restart it. Like I see my monitors like all turn off, and I'm just like, what's happening? and that's that. And
speaking of doing this again and all, we need to bring back on like Noah or someone.
Noah again.
But instead of complimenting him the entire time, we should like talk about stuff.
Talk to him. Yeah, the whole podcast was for 20 minutes.
Oh my god,
Noah, you're great.
Because he is.
I love you.
He's one of those guys where he's just like, oh gosh, I don't know, I'm not really like that great. And we're like, yes, you are. You've been with us like since the beginning, and you constantly have provided like really important character development. And he's like, nah, I don't know, like whatever.
He's like saving a child's life, and he's like, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, anyone could have done it though.
Anyone could have done it. He'd like lift a car off of him. He's like, yeah, I don't
lifted
know.
a car out of a burning building, and he's like, yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, anyone could have done that at that velocity.
Velocity. I was already running, so I figured I'd run in there real quick.
I just saw it. That it didn't even see it in my actual vision. It was in my
peripherals,
my peripheral vision. I was gonna say my side vision.
Yeah, it's so scientific.
But I saw it in my side vision, and I just thought I would come over and see what all the hullabaloo was about.
Man, everyone's getting all excited. I figured I'd step inside to see what was going on inside this burning building. Yeah.
And what do you know? A car's moving.
The car needed to be saved, yeah. There you go.
Jeez. Well, yeah, like, continuing on with, some of the stuff that happened this month. Like, one of the really weird things that's been happening this month is we're really close to finishing the first episode.
It's so good so far. I'm just saying, like, I know that's like sounds like humble brag. I don't know, whatever, but like I was just going over it. And I was just like, oh, this is funny. I don't know. I love it. I think it's
Yeah. Caleb recently read a script me and Kristen were working on.
yeah.
And boy, like it was funny because me and Caleb hadn't talked in a while.
Yeah.
And usually Caleb and I like we talk in like big intervals.
Yeah.
It's never like oh, let's talk for 10 minutes. It's always like,
oh no, it's
talk for
3-4 hours. Yeah. oh, okay, an hour. Yeah, sure.
All right, I could squeeze that. But yeah, what we ended up doing the last time we did that was I was like, hey, do you want to see like what me and Kristen have been working on? And he was like, totally. And it was pretty good.
Yeah,
like
it
was fun.
Do we talked about her in the last like recording or anything like that?
I couldnn't remember.
She's our newest writer and very, very talented. Like
talented girl.
Like it's great. Like I knew y'all had been working on it, and I like knew that you had said that like you were really happy with the results. But like after like reading through it, I was just laughing. I was like, this is great. Like I love how it flows. Like I love like it's exactly what we wanted. It's just, like actual words on the page of like what we wanted, It was great.
Yeah. Like to get to what we wanted, we had to do so many cuts.
Oh my gosh.
of of what we originally wanted.
Yeah.
Like she was just like, what you want is not what you want.
Yeah.
Like I know what you want. And she slapped the paper.
Oh my god, it just appeared?
I'm not saying it didn't, but I'm also saying it did not.
I'm not here to neither support nor deny the claims, but
I'm not saying that Kristen knows how to.
I'm not saying she's a wizard. I'm just saying like something.
I'm not sure if some sort of alchemy was like amongst us.
I'm not saying dark magic was involved. I'm just saying like something happened, and it's there now.
And now we're here.
Yeah, so I guess it doesn't really matter, huh?
So, yeah, like it's been really, really weird. And I talk about it a little bit in the update that like it's a weird phenomenon talking about a character and then learning about a character.
Yeah.
Like, because I only talk about Tolly and in the update, but like there's various characters where like we just like, or at least before we were writing, it's like, yeah, they would do something like this. This is so easy. But to actually make a character do that, it's hard.
It really is.
Yeah, it's really hard. And Tolly was the most extreme case in that because we wanted to make him like a blank canvas and whatnot, and it didn't help with writing.
Right.
And yeah, like, and I dissect this more in the update itself, but
that's good. Y'all should definitely read it since it's, only like $1 for the update,
because it's only $1.
Just saying, it's a great deal for like that much information.
If they're listening to this, I think they can get it. I hacked the Patreon.
Like, don't talk down the $25.
Pay one more $1 and you'll get it.
No, I mean they're already covered.
I know they got it, but like you're over here being like just
buy your Sunday newspaper. Yeah.
You're like the companies online that's like, just put your credit card, we won't charge you.
Like, yeah, I hate that.
It's a free trial.
When you sign up for something, it's a free trial, but put in your credit card just in case, something
just in case it goes, you forget.
In case you forget about the free trial. That's the sneakiest.
I've always hated trials like that.
I dealt with Loot Crate doing that recently.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. I mean, like, I'm smart enough to like sign out the second I find out that like they've already charged me, so like they'll go ahead and give me something. But
okay.
I literally had to go through like page after page of them like, are you sure you want to like, like stop paying us though? And like even like after I'd already pressed that like twice, they were like, give us the reason why. And one of the reasons was I only want one box. And they were like, well, yeah, but like if you don't like next month's box, you can skip a month and then we'll just charge you the next month. And that's even shadier because you go a month without paying, so you totally forget about it, and then they charge you the next month. But,
I don't know. Like, a lot of stuff has happened. Like, I always feel bad getting sidetracked off these podcasts.
Nah.
I know I always love, like, I love it, but at the same time, I'm like, sometimes I wish these were longer, so, like, it just, like, we could talk about a lot of stuff, but then it would just be like, man, I wish these were actually longer so I could talk about more stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
and we can talk a little longer, or we can restart the podcast.
Nah. It's
I love
good.
talking about, like, I mean, we talked about Tolly stuff, but I like talking about just, like, in general,
Yeah. Go on. Sorry. What were you saying?
I was just saying it's good.
Yeah, no, this month when it comes to, like, a lot of stuff, it's been a lot of weird things, like, of noticing, like, oh, like, I've been looking for, like, a very specific, like, because I wanted to, like, I've been wanting to be like, oh, well, I don't want to bottle things up, so I've been being like, oh, okay, so I want to seek, like, a therapist, but I want to seek a therapist that talks to people, creative people, so they know what I'm talking about. Because I want to talk to someone that's just like, oh yeah, I completely understand this process of, like, of when you're writing and, like, you're just like, oh man, this sounds so good, and then you, like, read it out loud to someone and you're like, this doesn't sound as good as it originally sounded. And I mentioned I feel bad also because I'm like, I'm basically just mentioning everything that I said in the update. And I'm like,
you're like, man, I wish we had more time so I could read the update some more. But
yeah, I just gotta read the update more. But no, I have this sort of like, I've noticed where it's like stages of I don't even know what we would call it, where it's just kind of like, where there's these times where I'm like, no, like, I have so much disbelief in Tolly. And then there's the overshadowing, like, confidence of, like, the confidence that's, like, so dumb that, like, when people, like, talk about, there was this one time that one of my professors, he knew that we worked on the show, and he recommended us to a magazine and was like, like, they work on a show. And we didn't end up doing it because they thought we were artists. They were like, oh, you drew this. I'm like, no, we're the producers. Like, oh, you drew this. Like, you drew this. And I'm like, we didn't. And I don't know if they were getting confused about me just saying, yeah, I'm the producer. Like, I'm the producer of this artwork. Like, I produced this artwork.
Yeah, okay, you're not an artist. You're a producer. So you produce this artwork. No. No. We paid... I've had so many people ask me, like, when I show art and stuff, they're like, oh my gosh, you drew this? And I'm like, no. Like, we paid people to do this. It's like, but you drew this though, right? Like, I mean, this is yours.
It happens all the time. But the main point that I was getting at is I remember emailing them and sending them, like, some sample art. And this was back when we thought, like, oh, they just want to, like, showcase, like, students, or they want to showcase, like, people who are in these sort of, like, fields. But no, they were just looking for artists. But before we knew that, I was sending them sample art, and I already knew that they were going to contact me back. Like, there's these stages of, like, this denial where, like, nobody's going to like Tolly. And there's times where I'm just like, oh, God, everyone, like, how could they not like Tolly? How could they not? And of course they emailed us back. We just didn't email them back because we saw their true... They're true. They just they wanted people to draw for them, and I was just like, they were like, yeah, let's you want to draw something for us? And I'm like, I'm not an artist.
Yeah, I was so confused by the wording of the email was confusing. I remember because it was like, because you were like, they're asking for, like, art, and we're sending them art, but, like, it's not like the art they're looking for. Like, I don't know, like, you're like, what should I send them? I'm like, just send them, Tolly, send him this character, send him that, send him the intro, like, the logo thing, and they were just like, yeah, but, like, more though. And it's like, what do you need?
Needless to say, I still don't understand what they wanted. I think they wanted, I think they wanted somebody to design their magazine for them, and I was just like, oh, okay, goodbye.
Have fun. Good luck.
Good luck out there, champ.
In the big world.
Yeah, and the way that I've been coping with these like stages of attitude, I guess, that we've been working on Tolly for so long that these attitude you just kind of fall into every attitude that there is possible.
Yeah.
Like when you spend so much time with it, like you get sad and you get angry and you get like discouraged and then you get really like happy-go-lucky and full of confidence. And you know everything under everything under the sun.
The emotional sun, yeah. Sun specifically.
But what was I gonna say? Because to handle those more and just to like understand myself more, I've been trying to like meditate and trying to seek therapy. I'm not saying like I am incredibly sad. Like I'm not. I really am not. It's just that some of this stuff, it like I'll admit it. Yeah, I'll admit this, and this sounds really terrible. I love making this show, but the thing about it is sometimes when you're working on something for so long, especially when you're involving business and creative stuff, sometimes you can force yourself to develop unhealthy habits. Especially I have unhealthy habits in the sense of like where I'm like, if I'm not constantly working on something, I'm like, well, I guess I'm wasting time.
Yeah, I definitely can understand that.
And so I want to better handle that. Like I recognize it, but I want to better handle that. And it's not at least I don't believe it's affecting the Tolly process. I don't know. But the thing about it is, I mean, for the most part, everything has been great. And I don't know. Like
I'm sorry. Can I?
No, it's okay.
I know we're more. I imagine we're about to end, right?
Yeah, we're about to end. I was about to be like, yeah, well, goodbye.
Well, I just want to say my phone was making a noise like I was getting a phone call, but I like wasn't. No, I mean it's fine. Like it was happening in my headphones, and I wasn't like nothing was popping up that I was having a phone call. So I was like, okay. Oh well, I can just answer this at the end. The thing is, the phone call was from Caleb Dickerson. Wait, and I don't know what that means. Because I'm Caleb Dickerson, but I'm looking at it.
Are you?
That's my phone number.
Who is
that's my
reveal avatar, yourself? But like, reveal yourself, lizard man. You found me.
You figured me out. I'm gonna message him back like, hey, new phone. Who's this? And
you answer the phone. It's like, Ralph, don't listen to him. Don't listen to the lizard man.
You shoots him. It's like, no, that's a fake. And you're like, oh yeah, thank God. And then someone shoots you. It's like, no, wait, they're a fake. It's like, wait, hold on, what? Yeah. Right. Good stuff.
Well, anyway,
I gotta call me back soon. So
yeah,
thank you for listening. And
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Also, of course, as always, thank you so much for your patronage. Y'all helps tremendously.
Yeah, with your help, all of the artists and the writers are getting good food in their tummies. And they say, wow, this is good food in my tummy.
Warm beds, even on the hot nights, good stuff.
Non-restrictive warm beds.
Whether they like it or not. Yeah,
you can sleep in this one bed if you like it.
Yeah, but it's so hot outside. You're
gonna be pampered by Patreon's money.
Yeah,
you're gonna be pampered by Patreon's money.
Why am I sweating during the night? And it's like you have Patreon to thank, and you slam the door and you lock it.
You have Patreon to thank. Remember that while you're writing, while you're working for Tolly.
Oh my God! Stop it! All right, we'll see you later.
Yeah, no, but seriously, thank you. Honestly, it really helps a lot, and awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate it. We both appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stop my recording, Caleb.
Okay, bye guys.
All right, goodbye.